how did we get here? Right? One of Black America in particular's favorite couple, apparently there was rumors of them being on the rocks, right? Apparently, I think it came from, there was Jimmy Carter's funeral that happened. There was Trump's inauguration that happened. And on both occasions, Michelle was not with Barack. I think a little bit before then, there might have been like some rumor that came out of nowhere about Jennifer Aniston and Barack having a fling. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually, I think, I forgot the lady's name whose podcast Michelle was on. She addressed the rumors about, the whole divorce situation. And she was saying, something, and I'm paraphrasing, go look it up. She was saying that, hey, I just had other things going on at the time, which is why I did not make those two events. And it was crazy how I guess a woman can't miss two events. And I guess people don't automatically assume there's trouble in her relationship, right? Or, and as far as divorce rumors. But to be fair, though, if I'm not mistaken, Barack also, I guess, was doing a podcast and was talking about it. And he kind of mentioned how, after the presidency and his presidency, that he had to spend a lot of time making up to Michelle because during the presidency, unfortunately, I guess, he wasn't there. He was out there doing the president thing. And so I guess people kind of felt like, okay, is there something going on? I'm not sure how much people are seeing them in public in general. I guess as a public couple, people might expect to see y'all together. So what are your thoughts? I mean, do you think that she adequately addressed the rumors? Do you think that the rumors were much to do about nothing? Could it be possible that things may not be going swimmingly in the Obama household? What are your thoughts about Black America's favorite presidential couple?
I think it's
Yeah,
a
I think it's
non-story.
more likely than not. It's a big to do about nothing. I mean, we've all had that, especially if you're married. We have to be two places at once. I don't know if it's a funeral and another life event, or a wedding or something, a recital. Like I'll go here and represent us. You go over there and represent us, and it happens all the time. Yeah, death of Jimmy Carter. That's pretty big, and inauguration, that's pretty big too. But I think it's perfectly legit that it's more than likely a schedule conflict, and she had to go do her thing, and he had to go represent. And I'm pretty sure they've been in the public eye long enough. They're well aware of what it would look like. Oh, if it's just me, people are gonna talk, or just the optics of it. So I'm sure they had that discussion, and that was thought through. And like, look, we just can't make this work. I'm gonna go here, you go there, and it'll just be what it is. So to me, that's the more likely scenario. I haven't heard anything else about the whole Jennifer Aniston thing. I mean, possible, but it seemed like it's a dead thing because it's just been dropped. We haven't heard anything else about it, but that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I think it's a story I think it's a non-story trying to be a story. I think the absence of something is not proof that something was there before. Um, you got to look at the fact that he's no longer president. So when you're president, yes, your wife is first lady and she's expected to be with you because everything you do is work. It's always state this, state that. So, everybody's got to show up for work. He's no longer president. He's a past president. He's off doing his retirement thing, whatever that is, and she's doing her retirement thing, whatever that is. And if you look at their relationship, she set out in the beginning saying she had a life that she wanted to lead that did not want to be disturbed by the attention and the demands and the scheduling of a presidency. She didn't want to compete with all of that. So now that they're no longer in the office, it's fair for her to be somewhere, sometimes somewhere else doing her thing when it's not really his job to be in a place anyway. Right. So I don't think she's letting him down. I think she's being true to form. She's finally in a place where she can go off and do some Michelle stuff. You know what I mean? He can do his Barack stuff. When he needs her, I'm sure she'll be there. The fact that people think he can't go do something without her next to him is demeaning and emasculating. Let the man go. He can, if they're a power couple, they should be able to go do two different things at the same time. If they're a power couple, he's wasting Michelle by having her at his hip when she could be going off doing some things. If they're a power couple, if Michelle is who everybody says she is, and I'm not saying she's not, but I'm saying there's not a story here. There's no division. What you're seeing, hopefully, is a family that is also a political machine that is evolving so that they realize now that they can, like they did on the campaign trail, they can be in two different places and still be on the same page and still be enacting their plan as a family. So yeah, man, give them space. give Michelle space. Did she answer the question right? I think she answered as well as she could. If she'd ignored it, people would have said it was a story. But she had to give it context. I think the timing of what Barack said just kind of fed the flames or whatever. But if you look at it, what he was talking about at the time wasn't even about that. He was saying, look, if you're going to have something outstanding in your life, if you're going to be amazing at something, something has to get sacrificed. And he said, look, you know what got sacrificed to be a great president? If you guys say I'm a great president, it was my relationship with my wife, because I couldn't be Mr. Barack Obama to her all the time because I had to be the president all the time, or more. So I'm saying it's not a story, man. Y'all let them people breathe. People always trying to break up happy black homes over some BS. There's no story here. Go follow 600 Breezy.
Not 600 Breezy.
600 Breezy.
So I'm just going to, so for me, the first thing I do believe is a much ado about nothing. But what I wanted to highlight was the difference of some things. And so the first thing I would say is this, is that, damn, she can't have her own goddamn life. You know, she spent all this time standing by, supporting. She raised a family. And then, you know, her kids are now, she's an empty nester. The woman is like 60. And she still can't move independently. So you're telling me that just because she wanted to move independently from her husband, that now we got to start these rumors of divorce, you know, outside of seeing the fact that she missed 2 or 3 events. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, she need to be lockstep and key 24/7? Let the man breathe. Shit, let her breathe. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes absence make the heart grow fonder. Now, I will acknowledge Barack said apparently not, because he put her in a deficit. He was in a deficit with her. And that may have been the 8 years that he was the president. But he acknowledged that. He said, you know, I'm doing things to make it fun for her again. He said he's trying to make it fun for her, make marriage fun. And at some point, we all have to make marriage fun for our spouse. And at the same time, we need to recognize that we need autonomy as women, that there needs to be autonomy in the relationship as well. Because some of the things that happen is that women sometimes lose their identity when they get married. And can you imagine, you're the first lady, of course your identity is 100% wrapped up into your husband identity as the president, right? Unless you're a certain current, I'm sorry, let me not say that. And so in which case you just disappear into the wind because you don't give no fucks. But, but a good first lady, she going to be right there for him. So yeah, she was lockstep, and that could be exhausting for her. So she's taking the time to just focus on herself. She raised her kids. She was there for her husband during his pregnancy, whether she wanted to or not, she was there. And now she's like, give me my space, give me my time. There's things that I want to accomplish. And let's be honest, if not now, when? She's 60. So.
Ah, man, I'm trying to think. You said have a life, right? I was trying to think, like, so she had 2 dates. There's 365 days in a year. And so 2 of the biggest dates, yes, the inauguration is one of them. I mean, your husband did get inaugurated twice. And then Jimmy Carter, which I guess everybody beloved or whatever. And I guess you just had other things to do. You know, it's funny because I was trying to trade that day and the market even closed. Like, people were off from work that day. And so we're saying that, oh my God, to expect her to still to make a couple of dates is too much to ask. It means that she can't have her own life. Like, she wasn't also having her own life before, during, and after the presidency. And what exactly does that life look like? It's funny because she got time to make podcasts. That's how I saw one of the clips that she was on. You know what I'm saying? They out here signing $1 million deals, 9-figure deals, the Obamas are, in part because they were the former first family, right? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? In order to defend Michelle, we got to make it seem like we're asking her for too much. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know that's the case. Now, if you're talking about people trying to discern if there's problems in their marriage, it's possible that maybe we weren't paying attention with the same lens that some of the people who are scrutinizing what could be going on, right? Because guess who else was there at these events? Every other nigga's wife was there. So if you're the one black president and your wife is not there, then yeah, people may start to have questions. Her resting bitch face doesn't help either, because people can always assume she got a problem, right? Come on, man. While she was sitting there chucking it up with fucking George Herbert Walker, whatever the fuck his name is, right? So miss me with this whole idea of, is it got a life?